I'm going to be going over a few different things actually. So we're going to go over all the E9 scripts that I've written. We're going to go over the 2 previous trade ideas. Okay, got Fracture and ETH, and we'll go over a bit of price action as well. And I've got some new things to share as well. Some information I want to get out to a couple of guys. Just some new approaches, and you know, it's so powerful. I mean, honestly, when I talk about some of this new stuff, you'll see how quick you can make money. I mean, if I can work towards automating this, then that's it. It's game over. Game over. Okay. So first thing is I want to go over these scripts, okay, because I realise that these are completely invisible. No one can see these scripts. They don't know they exist. And you know, I was talking about in the Discord channel about these indicators, but it was very quiet in the group, so I'm not too sure people know that these even exist or that have even written the code for any of this stuff. The first one that I developed was the Overwatch here, okay, and you know, we've done all the videos and things. Please check out the videos. Posted it because of this reason. The script was hidden for violating the house rules. Yeah, I can't remember why now. So moving forward, the new Overwatch V4 that I launched. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is the current one, the V4, but this is the one that most people have got. I mean, look, you can only see there's like 5 people that have got it. I got it liked anyway. Then I've got a UK session marker, which marks out the UK session from 8 AM till kind of just before 1 PM, so you can see the UK session. You can see here, like I've got it on gold here, certain movements, directional movements, etc., pushing it into certain areas. So I've got that. I've got this for the US session, and I've got one for the Asia session. And you know, these are very powerful when they're all labeled up together, and I have the Asian session one extended, and I've been using these for gold entries, mainly gold trading, forex trading. They're simple. We've got a crypto one here for the BTC session. These are derived from obviously the session times and the high volume. You know, researching into where is the volume coming, when, what time, what hours, etc. These were the times when I was just trying to narrow down my trading from pretty much all day and night to specific hours where the volume's coming in, where the trades are being played, where the order flow is. So E9 crossover signal. This was approach to try and get this automated. We got this the kind of layout that you see here, but I don't trust this Tradingview stuff, man. It's just, I can't get it pinpointed, and there's just a few gaps that I can't seem to work through, so that's been left. And yeah, so we'll go over to TradeMaster Pro. The TradeMaster Pro is obviously the chart indicator for the Overwatch, so the Overwatch goes with TradeMaster and so on. You can see the details here. It's all labelled out. Okay, I want to just talk about this one because these fundamentals are so powerful. Okay, so this indicator script is for on the candlestick chart above. I've realised that there's other indicators, I should have taken them off, but the lines, okay, you can see that these lines. Okay, so I've got that weekly close, weekly open, high, low close on this 1 hour ETH chart, for example. Okay, this is just an example that pulled up once. So basically, I've gone over this before. The white lines are the weekly high and low, and then the red and green line are the monthly high and low. Okay, so very quickly you can see where the monthly high is, the monthly low is. This big thick yellow line going through the middle is the monthly open. The thinner lines are the weekly, so you've got this yellow line here going up and down, that's the weekly open. We've got the white, yeah, I've already gone over them. So what I want to pay attention to is this open line. This is just crazy. Okay, so we've got the monthly open and we've got the weekly open. First I'm going to talk about the monthly open. Okay, if I just get a quick box tool and I just box this off around here, you can easily see there's a level. Okay, support zone, resistance, and so on. So we're coming up, cup and handle, break through, come back down, retest, move higher, come down, bounce, go lower, come back up, retest, go lower. Okay, so you get the picture there. Now So if we start doing this for the weekly open, I'm just going to do a smaller box here. Okay, we move up to that monthly open line, come back down to the weekly, have a couple of candles there, move lower, come back up, and continue to move lower. Come up, touch, move lower. So it's like building ranges within ranges. Okay, so people are trading from level to level, which is great, but if you can already have these ranges built in, then you're kind of already knowing where the levels are and the ranges are and things like that. Okay, so weekly open, monthly open, all good. So you know what's happened pretty much as of now on ETH. We've broke up, we've actually come up, we've moved to the high side of the weekly open. Before it's closed, we've moved up to the monthly open and then moved higher, made a new high up in this range. The weekly open, the weekly open has reset. Okay, and then with the price action pretty much from that weekly open has come down and fell onto the monthly open. Okay, so we've got this small range now for the week, and we'll go over the ETH price action in a bit more context in a moment. So that's the weekly open, high, low, and monthly open, high, low. So you can get that all on one indicator. So when we actually look at this, I think I've done a video on going over the settings on this. You can turn them off, you can adjust them, you can just have the monthly on, and so on. You can adjust these to any color you want, and so on. So very, very powerful indicator, and especially when you you want to be a bit more hands off and just trade certain levels. So when you know about these levels, we can really pinpoint specific entries, okay, into like very, very pinpoint. Moving forwards, the new Overwatch 2.0 daily bias. So this is something I've just got out there, and it's very, very powerful, because what built into this now is you can adjust it. So if I just go over to the chart, so you can see this on there. You can see the Overwatch down here. Now I've currently got this on the daily setting. So as you can see on here, I've changed the indicator time frame to 1 day, but you can have it on anything. You can have it on the chart. Okay, but I've just got this on the daily, so I want to just keep this on the day and keep my eye on this particular switch to the upside here. And we've got that switch, look. So what I was talking about, we've had a quick pull up, try to pull it lower. Now you have to understand that when these algorithms fire off, there's no stopping it. It's not just an algorithm that people think it's like, okay, it's buying now. It doesn't work like that. It's very, very complicated and almost manipulative in its nature. So what I'm talking about is broke to the upside there, all of a sudden, in its value area, is not ready to go higher yet. Okay, we're making a new low. We go down, we push down past these areas, trap traders, and already you've got like a bullish hidden divergence there, comes up, touches it, rounds off, and then we get that final break to the upside. And this is when I was posting this, is I think it was here, yeah, it was pretty much here, is when this is switching back up to that upside. So when we look at we're coming back up to break across it now, and we're coming almost down for a head and shoulders. I'm not really a big fan of head and shoulders, but it's in that area, it's in this area that I've boxed off, and that is translating to the value area low, and obviously it's the mid end of the range. Looking for a bounce here up to the POC, small relief or rally, and then a move up to the trend line. But what we actually got was a move up to the POC, move up to a double top, and then we have another move back down to that same area, and it's loaded up once again, and now it's at the value area high. But in the midst of doing all this, we have switched to the upside. Okay, now if you don't know what this means, this is a big thing for me. We could see a move now. We could. Okay, so I think that's it for now. So we've wrapped up the scripts, we've wrapped up the price action, So just a quick note on this, you know, putting comments down here as and when it happens. You know, 15th of October, 17th of October, it made a new high there just to the underside of that Trendmaster. Wondering where it's going to go now. Then we see it comes back down for that area, coming back up for a bounce off that scalper level just here, and just holding off the POC. And then update today, we made it up to the trend line. So let's just have a quick look at this chart. So, you know, okay, not too sure what chart to do this on, because it's just no point in sharing thought processes and opinions and things like that. But what I will say is that we're in this range. Okay, we're in this box here. We've got the lower end white box, upper end white box. Yeah, and every time we come into this upper value area or lower value area, traders step in and it switches direction. There's a shift. Okay, so with that being said, this middle line is the kind of place where most trades are happening, and yeah, we're pretty much the upper side of that level now. So on this 4-hour chart, you know, this lower pane is still the daily, and you know what we're waiting for now is for price to almost move into this upper area and start to almost accept its level and move out of that. And pretty much where I'm looking for it to arrive is probably somewhere around this box here. So I'm looking for anywhere between 15 and 1600, and with this switch to the upside now, this daily bias, it's primed for it. So let's hope we can see that.
Okay guys, so just a quick addition on the back of these ETH price action comments. These were done last night, and over the space of the night, we've had almost a consolidation period. We're just resting on this kind of order block here and this trend line. Getting ready for a move up, because the overwatches were switched to the upside. Mentioned that in the comments. Just a quick update from earlier. You know, we was looking at this kind of support in here. Got these wicks down below as well. You know, just underneath, trying to go lower but no go, and almost you know, just waiting for that rocket to the upside. Now look at what's going on, guys. Look at this. Every time it's amazing to see this live as well. I mean, very close to the target there. There was a smaller target here. I haven't got it on this chart, but oh yes, you can see it on the left hand side here in this 4-hour chart. So we've got up to that first spot there. Hopefully we can see a push past and up to the second one. That'll be amazing. So yeah, good news.
Okay, so that's enough of that. So with regards to the Overwatch Trendmaster approach to trading, it's very passive, it's very long term, you know, it's spot trading and so on. So when we have this daily bias in my favour, then what I've been doing is switching down into futures and trading very low time frames, tick data, etc. So just going to spend 5 minutes going through some of these results, because they're unreal. Honestly, they're unreal. These just keeps getting better and better. We can see here, this is a little bit incorrect. I miscalculated this. Okay, so what I've been doing here is I found a special setting. I say a special setting. I found a particular setting on this MACD for certain instruments, and simply trading the cross. Okay. Well, I'm not trading every single cross here. I'm using my due diligence, my experience to filter out crosses, and I do have a side kind of other chart. This is almost like a 3-tick chart. I have a 5-tick chart which gives me the same bias, so it's just filtering out. But what I'm looking to do is take these shifts at the lower end, okay, down like lower end of the range. So as you can see here, if I drew a line on, you'll see this kind of trend moving upwards, lower highs and so on. So with this being said, on the tick chart, as you can see above, I just zoom into this move, okay, because you can't see the MACD otherwise, but we're bouncing and we move down below these moving average. Okay, we move down below this previous, and then when I look at the cross, you'll see it's crossed down for a second time. Okay, so I might take an entry there, but really I'm taking them at the highs, at the lows, and so on. So what I've done is I've just took a cross section of this price action and just labelled this up. These aren't trades that I've actually taken, but we'll get onto some of this in a minute. So as you can see here, this second point is crossed to downside, and I'm just going to enter, just literally bam, one contract and ride it. Okay, and as you can see here, we'll zoom in, you can see 160 ticks. If we was trading one micro contract, you'd get $8, and if it was I thought if it was a full contract, that'd be a 4K trade, but it's a little bit, it's not that. It'd be good, but no. So 52 seconds, $8, and then what happens on the MACD is we come and switch from that lower end. Now, even in a downtrend, you can see this moving up. We've got 36 ticks, $1.8. Switch to the downside, so you can see me zigzagging from cross to cross like this. This was a cross section of data which I really wanted to test. What if this was automated every single direction? And you can see it's pretty much 80% there. It's 80% profitable. So just understand that these are from cross to cross, and yeah. So here's our entry, move up into profit, move down and exit. So first thing to understand is these moves aren't from entry to high, this is entry to exit and then reverse in position. So just going over 160 ticks, 36 ticks, 38 ticks, 17 ticks, 93 ticks, 14 ticks, 22 ticks, 54, 35, 37, 23, 71 ticks. So yeah, there's ticks on the table here. Now let me just explain. This is 6 minutes worth of cross-sectional data. Okay, this is from 8:45 to 8:51 AM, and yeah, very, very quick. So yeah, I think my point here is trading this MACD on the cross. So even if we're taking these lower end trades, you know, it's moving up, coming back down for another low divergence, okay, cool. You know, we can be managing particular entries on a very, very pinpoint magnified status. Okay, so this one was good. I enjoyed that. So moving forward, we're doing a very similar thing on NQ. So Nasdaq, one contract on that NQ. As you can see, this is from 3 AM till 9 AM. So I've just took 3 cross sections of data from different time frames and seen how this performs. So really on this one is similar to the ETH, but we're looking for divergences here. Okay, so on this you can see this now as it's zoomed in, this high has broken the daily high, this line here, and gone up to say 10 ticks, and we've got this divergence printing. Now when it's crossed to the downside, we're entering, and as you can see, 165 ticks. So I've just labeled this in $82, one contract on micros. Okay, 165 ticks, one standard contract, $825 per trade. Insane. Look at the time, 36 minutes. So the next trade, as you can see, we've almost got a triple divergence there, and you could have got in on that kind of double top there. We've got a tiny divergence, it crossed the downside, you can get right there, and then we have this large move, 127 ticks, single micro contract $63, normal contract $635, and so on. So this actual divergence here, so this divergence, you can see it's minor, it's very small, and I did put that on because I wanted to just, you know, talk about double bottoms. I class double bottoms as almost divergence. If I see this double bottom, I want to see exactly the same on the oscillators, but if it's lagging, then I'll take that as a divergence. So coming down into this divergence path, and then we cross back up above the moving averages, and we begin. So, you know, this one, I only done 392 ticks to this point here because we have a divergence and we start to consolidate. So this is why. Nearly 2k in a standard contract and nearly $200 on a micro contract. So just trading pretty much through the night, $350 on the micros and single on the single contract on NQ. So I'm just going to whip through these now very quickly now that I've gone through the format. So So we've got a divergence here. One thing that I was looking at here was this particular divergence. We've had this divergence, we had to move down, but we would have ended up getting stopped out there, or yeah, this particular one wouldn't have worked. It would have moved into profit, but potentially got stopped out. But then we have one as a good example. Trade comes in, we've got this divergence here, crosses to the downside, we have a move of 144 ticks, $72 on micros, 720 on standard. We come back up and push it out by almost like 2 ticks, and then it's the third divergence. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we have another 217 ticks. So nice money there. After a bit of time, and I've searched these, that there isn't any major divergences here. So we're waiting for that divergence to come, and we've got this divergence here. And the cool thing is I think this is the open line. We've got this open line here, it moves all the way down to the open line, very close, divergence, as you can see here, and then the MACD switches up, we enter to the long side, stop below this open line, which I was talking about before with regards to the indicator scripts. You know, you're entering up near the open line because you're expecting this reversal, and we have a few consolidation candles, and then we move up to 123 ticks and $60 on the micros. So moving on to the final one, 3 trades, 610, so 6 trades, $61, 106 and 58.50. So the reason why I'm talking about micros is because that's what I'm kind of testing it on, and that's what I'm trading. So I'm trading demo accounts and then switching to live accounts every say 5 trades, every 6 trades, and seeing how it goes. But as you can see from this video is just shot on my phone because I don't do any screen recording on my computer. Everything's very dedicated to trading on that computer, so I don't even really open browsers. But you know, this is how you can see how quick these trades can move and how very quick market shifts can happen. Got a nice one here. So we've got a divergence at the bottom there, very small divergence. So we'll just pop these on the upper PRZs, profit targets, so you can see the PRZ there, PRZs, and build this position.
Order filled.
Okay, let's just watch this. Oh, it's nearly there. Just a little pump up, it's really hit that bearish harmonic. Oh, damn it.
Order filled.
Just, what the hell? I think the wrong button there.
Order filled.
Completely
Order
balls that
filled.
up.
Order
Let's go
filled.
again. It's got $3 from that then.
Order filled.
Oh shit.
Order filled.
So we've almost got like 3 divergences here.
Order filled.
Pumping up. Okay, here we go. Just to pump up to that PRZ. Come on, target's filled. Come on.
Order canceled.
Boom. Done.
Order canceled.
Don't know why banned. Oh, let's have a little bash at that.
Order filled.
Too slow.
Good done. Either. Magnetite.
Order filled.
We'll go big on this one.
Order filled. Order filled. Tart.
Good done. Either. Magnetite.
Oh,
Order
man.
filled.
That was like 120. Oh shit! Look at that.
Good done. Good done.
Right.
Either. Magnetite.
Okay, so we're going to look for some trades here. Let me just zoom in. Okay, right, this is raw. So by the looks of it, going to be looking for some longs for the second.
Delta buy building.
And we're just going to go raw off the
Order
okay, I
filled.
think we've got something happening here. Just going to build something. Maybe a little bit early.
Short. Either. Magnetite.
Order filled.
Short. Either.
Order filled. Order filled.
Come on. Come on, pump it up. That's it.
Magnetite.
Only there. One more tick. Ah. Sometimes that's the way it goes, but I think this is gonna boom to the
Order
upside in a
filled.
minute. Waiting for those targets. Sometimes you just gotta take the if you look down here at this green triangle, I missed that. Couldn't see it. Phone was in the way. But we're gonna go up and hit these targets now. Boom,
Target
boom.
filled.
Now you see the positions moved.
Good done. Either.
Oh
Magnetite.
shit.
Good done. Either. Magnetite.
Okay, I broke through that dot. So going to look to add to a couple of positions here.
Order filled.
Not even sure we might make it up to those upper targets. Getting ready to close this. Okay, that'll do.
Order
That'll do.
filled.
Right. Okay, so this account has been doubled today. It's $500 account. Let's just pull up some. Okay, so we've got some details here which which I just mentioned. So let's just work through this. So if we can see the total net profit at the top here, that's how much profit we've made from this particular set of trades. So this was one day on the 19th of October, and it's just trading a demo account. Call it $500. Okay. Now when I started this trading, $500, we start trading and we we make a couple of nice trades, and then immediately it starts getting drawn down, and managed to kind of work my way out of this. Okay, so as you can see, you see the sim account here, cash value 1578, gross realized 1253 minus all them bloody fees. You're going to end up with 1041. So we've got 1041. So when we take off 1041 from the actual account value, you know, we left with about $535. So that was the starting. So very powerful statistics here. You know, it's all green. It's very profitable, and I mean, this is the true nature of scalping, man. So moving on to these new charts that I'm building up here. You know, following some very cool people, and you know, I wouldn't say that following. They're not really active people, but I've just caught a few sets of information that they're sharing, and it's very powerful. But I've seen this stuff before. I've tried to tap into it with regards to futures trading and things, but we're finally getting a bit more of a grip on it. So what we're looking at here, we're looking at a volumetric, almost like an order flow chart. So this is on NinjaTrader. This is oil, crude oil. So just picture each one of these little kind of so if I zoom in here, you'll see this set of lines. They've all got numbers on. This represents the orders coming in, so the buy orders and the sell orders. Very powerful. So if I just zoom into this part here, you'll see what I've just labelled. You can see this yellow line. This is the open. Okay, this is the session high. Okay, and this red dotted line is the previous session high. Okay, now what's happened with price? Price has just think of these as candles. Okay, you'll see this line next to it. So there's a red line, there's a blue line. This is the candle, and then in between you've got the bid and ask, the orders, the profile. So what's happened? It's made a new high look, and then when there's no candle here, you'll realise that it's a wick. So as this has come up, trap traders at the top, come down, close lower. Next candle. As you can see, these orders moving down, and look at this, it's bounced off the open line. 3 trap traders there. Okay, 3 shorters that are trapped, and it's come back up and closed positive. Switched, moved down, trap traders at the top there, and then it's moved down. So my point is that this is very detailed. This is very important kind of order flow information. So as then the next candle, it's moved all the way up and pushed outside of the daily high. Trap traders moved down, closed here. Okay, and then the next has gone lower and gone back up. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time in explaining, but what I'm trying to explain is you can see the detail when I start to zoom into some of these bar profiles, the detail I'm talking about. So we'll see here, this is moving up to the previous day's high, and we're going to be like, okay, we're going to look, maybe take some shorts here, or if it breaks, you know, we're going to see what happens at that particular line. Okay, what's happening? So we'll see this candle here, this candle, blue candle, closing right on that line, and then price has moved up, and then closed, and then almost like engulfed it. Next candle up, and then we start to move down. Now, something that I didn't mention, okay. One, we have yesterday's profile, which you can't even see this profile, this breakdown. Secondly is the delta change down on the bottom here. So when I start to look at this, you can see this upper line here is the volume, okay, and you see the delta. So here, delta 283. I'm gonna have to zoom out. Okay, so you'll see here, just here, delta is 283 on this candle breaking up. Okay, then the next candle, it's a red candle, but it's blue. Okay, now to me, in my head, I'm thinking, right, okay, this is the blue candle, this is delta, and it's red. That means they're trapped. Okay, these long traders, they're trapped there. Oh well, sure. And look what happens, bang. Okay, so a couple of things to realise, you know, this profile isn't going to look like this when price is here. Price moves down into the open line, as you can see, breaks below it. So look what's happened in the price. If I zoom right in there, you can see the candle has broken below. Okay, look at that 84. You can see that red number just next to the crosshair. The cursor, 84, broken lower. Then we've got this wick that's come all the way up, and then it ended up going lower. All these traders trapped, and then we continue. Okay, so very cool. So just box that red area off, because all of this delta here, you can see red, very red to the downside. And then what's happened is then you can see the previous daily low, we're approaching that and we're looking to see what happens, okay, with some of the order flow at these levels. And you know, I've just boxed this area off because this is a very interesting area, and we'll go over this in detail. So this is cross-sectioned, zoomed in. So first thing to see is the move up, down, move, like the zigzag kind of price action. So I've just put this on there, but what you can see is this red line is the POC. So when we look up, this white line here, the busiest level, this POC was on there. We move up to it, we spike up, we move below it, we move above, move up to the value area high, and then we move below the POC, come up, retest, and move lower. So it's kind of like it's come up to this level, gathered liquidity, and then moved away. So now that I've zoomed in here and you can see in detail these profiles, and this is pretty much you know, what I'm looking at, these numbers as they come in, you see the orders come in. So the POC line, the candle has closed above, okay, and what's going to happen is it's going to kind of get to this point and then switch over to the right hand side very quickly, because the price action has already moved. It's a range bar, so it spikes up, and then when we see this kind of coming down here, we know that those 87 traders are trapped. I won't say all of them, but you can see on the delta who's trapped. Okay, so the POC line, move above, move below, move above, and we move up towards this value area line. And what we're looking at, okay, who's trading here, what's going to happen, and etc. And what we see is literally as this candle is moved above, as this is going to go over this level here, it's going to switch to this candle, and as you can see, bam, literally you can count that 17 traders there. They're the only people buying, and then all of a sudden, as this starts to move down, traders step in. So going to be some delta here, but you can see these 23 orders, 58 contracts, 34, and as it comes down to here, 66, and then the price is declining back to the POC level. Okay, so really it's, you know, it's about, okay, we're retail traders here, we're sitting here, we're just going to stare at the chart, we're going to watch, is it going to go up, is it going to go down? But when we're starting to look at data like this, you can see them coming in. Are they coming in? It's going to move up. Okay, cool. Now let's just look at this as well, the volume. So what I wanted to keep an eye on is these volume bars down below. So you know, we've got the POC level, 32 traders, nothing. Okay, another blue candle, 24 traders, nothing, and then all of a sudden 96 traders. You know, I'm talking about delta here, coming down, 804 contracts or trades, can't remember, I think that's contracts, so 804 contracts. Look at the last two candles that have pushed it through the POC up to the VAH, and then all of a sudden all them contracts are just dumped, leaving with a negative delta, another negative delta, another 600 odd contracts, and then we've got 400 contracts pushing it back up. And then look at this. Okay, we've got big blue candle here. Okay, on the chart there's red. We've got 1288 contracts being traded, 164 on the delta side. Now look at this yellow box I've drawn on. Okay, and if you start to calculate these up, you got 13 against 4. Okay, it's 46 against 16, 12 against 37, and so on. And then, you know, prices still move down, and that's because there's no buyers there. You know, they've already bought up, and as it's coming down, they're getting underwater. So very interesting concept there. You got red candle, blue delta bar, and then along with the volume, you know, if you can start to kind of get familiar with this, you're going to see this like on the point, on the nose, as soon as they're trapped, and then you can enter. I've got an example to show you in a moment. Yeah, and then we continue to move lower. Look, so after that manipulation's happened basically, so it's moved up to the value area high, pretty much got there with one tick to spare. I mean, we're talking about one tick, that was 4 traders there, 8435, then moves lower. It's a very, very powerful thing, as you see, and you know, if I could show you live example as you see these orders coming in and it adjusting, it's very, very cool. So I've got a video here which I'm just going to play, and then I will go over some of the details, because you have to zoom in, and it's kind of like a GIF where it's a selection of pictures. But as you can see, it's you know, it's not what we're used to looking at. And now you can see this happening. I'll go into some finer details. Okay, so the slides in that trade, you'll see, I'm going to explain exactly what's happened here. Okay, so the price has come down from that move that I was just talking about down into this value area low. Okay, this blue dotted line value area low. It's moved towards it, closed, or switched to the next candle and swipe down below that. And look at that there, you can see 42 traders plus 8 traders, so 50 traders down there, and then all of a sudden, wham, we moved back up above it, we've closed above it. And you know, disregarding these two candles, I just want to talk about this particular candle that I entered on. Okay, we've moved below it, 32 traders there with that kind of red. You've got 24 traders, that's the max at that particular candle, and we started to move above it, and I saw the orders coming in above, so I entered. Okay, so it's like bam, I'm in at 8305. So another thing I wanted to talk about is this delta. Okay, this delta is down below, it's heavy red, and the bar is blue. So we've got the value area high being, the value area low being breached, you've got the trap traders, and you've got the delta shift, and we've got a blue candle. So I'm looking to just enter a position there and disregard the amounts. You know, I'm on a micro. If this was a standard chart, this would be probably $10. I think $10 a tick. So very big. So time is 8:57. So let's move to the next slide, and you'll see already, boom, straight up, pushed it up. These traders are going downhill at the moment. So you'll see no selling bids on the left hand side, not many numbers. On the right hand side, larger numbers, so you're pushing up. So absolutely no drawdown. It never ever went lower than that 1 tick. Okay, and we're already nearly 15 ticks up. So moving on to the next slide, we've already got that that first target is hit. So we've hit 15 ticks, job done. So if that was a normal oil contract, that would be $150. Now look at this delta bar. Okay, we've got a blue candle coming up, red delta, 321, and 321 contracts and minus 17. So this is a good spot. So what I did was I just moved my profit target up to the kind of the yellow spots, which is the highest volume, and just below that kind of 2 ticks below. Okay, so new target, it's around 30 ticks there, and I'm waiting for this. And already before I even took the screenshot, it moved up to it, and it was 1 tick away. Look. Oh, and by the way, the amount of time this trade has been running is 95 seconds, so not even 2 minutes. The final, we've hit the target, nailed it, pretty much no drawdown, and 2 orders we had on, one hit 15 ticks, another hit 30 ticks, $10 per tick, $450 minus fees, job done. Great trade. Okay, so this is why I wanted to just talk about these, because I've been studying these for quite a few months now, and I'm trying to understand how I can use it in my trading. And there you go, it's pretty much broken down there on what I'm looking at and things. And I haven't even put the indicators on yet. I mean, we put the VWAP and a few other like different kind of harmonic charts, like that MACD for example, filtering. I can really pinpoint these entries and, you know, be in the market for seconds.
Okay, so this is the same chart, just a little bit later on, and you can see what's happened. And I mean, unreal to see this, because obviously I turned off the trade after the example, and I didn't really do any more trades. Moved on to something else. But zooming in, here's where we entered on this particular candle low here. This blue line was actually down here at that particular time, but because of the print, it's all dynamic and it's moved up. So we entered exactly on that candle there, and we moved up pretty much to that spot where the take profits were. We exited, but look at what happened. we've literally moved all the way up to the POC line. I'm not too sure whether the POC line was there, but look at the open line, and this is what I was talking about the open line. It's more powerful than people think, or maybe people just don't even think about it. You know, moves away from it, comes back up, traps some people up there, moves down, traps a couple more, moves up, and yeah, like it's just mad. So consolidating in this range, and then we actually move all the way up. And look at that, what I was talking about that high. It's trapped a load of traders in there, and moved all the way down. Moved down past the open line, come up, trap the traders there, move lower, and just basically rinse and repeat. Absolutely unreal. So very pleased to see that moving forward. So bearing in mind, guys, that we had 30 ticks, which was $400 off these particular two candles. I mean, if you could ride something all the way up here, you'd be good profit. Okay.
So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. All the best.